Hey everybody, welcome back. My name is Abby. I'm with Fitness is Medicine. Today we're going to do another great workout you can do in your home. We're going to do all lower extremity today, so all legs. So we did all upper body in our last video, and today we're going to do all legs. So the only equipment you need is a small band that you can wrap around your ankles and a fit ball. And if you don't have those, you can do them without, and I will show you how. You can also add a little bit of weight to some of these if you want to, but it's not necessary. You can make this mostly body weight. Okay, so remember to come into these workouts warmed up and ready to go. Get your heart rate up a little bit, get your blood vessels opened and your muscles warmed up and ready to move. Okay, we're gonna start with some side stepping squats. So we're just gonna move back and forth across your room. If you want to, you can add a little bit of weight. It's not necessary, but you can always increase your intensity of these, and you can also always decrease them as well, and I will show you how to do both. So we are just going to start with, you step to the side, do a nice squat, stand up, and we're just going to keep moving across the room. So side step squats. Like I said, you can hold a weight here at your chest. If you want to, you could hold a kettlebell or even just hold the weight like this. If this is difficult for you, or if you have knee pain, another way to do this is just do smaller range of motion. The key though, no matter how deep or how little you are going down, is to sit your hips back, bend your knees. So none of this type of squat. You want to sit your hips back, bend your knees. So you can also do it along the top of your kitchen counter, sitting back all the way along for balance and to make sure that you're sitting back. Maybe give your knees a little bit of a break. We'll go back and forth. If you have a nice long hallway, you can go down, all the way and then come back, or just go back and forth across your room a few times. Okay, great. Now we're going to lower down to the floor. I'm going to lower my camera here. And we're going to do some bridges using a fit ball. If you don't have a fit ball, you can just do them on the floor like this, okay? But we are going to add a little bit to the bridge as well. So you can start off with either a bridge on the floor if you don't have a fit ball, or a bridge up onto the ball with your feet. So either way, press your back into the floor, come up into a bridge, and then come down. Now, the closer you have this to your knees, the easier it will be. The further you have it out on your feet, the harder it will be. So continue with those, and if you want to try the next level, go ahead and try it. We're going to try some hamstring curls. So we're going to come up into the bridge, pull your heels towards your hips, and then back out. Now, you can keep going in this range of motion. Hi, Tubby Bear. Or you can come down in between and then go back up. Give your hamstrings a rest. This is a hamstring and glute exercise, as I'm sure you're feeling. Nice and slowly, both directions is the key. Keep your hands down here beside your hips. We're going to do one more. Keep breathing. Good. Okay. If you need to, or if you get a hamstring cramp, or if you really need to stretch those hamstrings after, this is a good position to just stay in. You can hold them each for about 30 seconds, or do those at the end with all of your stretching as well. Okay, now we're going to flip over onto your hands and knees, and we're going to do a good glute exercise. Your hands directly beneath your shoulders, your knees directly beneath your hips, and I want you to lift your knee out to the side and then point it straight out back, and then bring it down. So out, back, and down. This is 3. The key here is keeping a nice flat back, so you don't need to lift it way out to the side like that. Flat back. Small range of motion for that out to the side. Getting a little extra hamstring there too when you point it out to the back, but we're really firing those glutes here. Good hip stabilization. When you go straight back, think about squeezing right underneath your hips right here, right underneath your cheeks. You want to squeeze those glutes so that your hamstrings don't do all of the work. Really squeeze right there. Emphasize that glute activation, which is really lacking sometimes in a lot of people. We want to activate those glutes so that all the rest of the muscles in your hips and legs fire correctly. So when your glutes fire correctly, it helps everything kind of fall into place. Keep breathing. Remember to think about keeping that flat back. Also, your head should be in line with the rest of your spine, so don't let it come here to watch your legs, and then don't crank your neck here to look and see out there. You want to keep it just straight down, looking at the floor. Keep your chin tucked. Keep breathing. 2 more. And last one. Back out and down. A good way to stretch those glutes is to sit back in child's pose and give those a good stretch afterwards. Okay, now we're going to stay on the floor. And we're going to do the insides of your thighs, your adductors. So lie down on the floor. If you need to get a pillow to keep your head in line here, go ahead and grab one, or you can use your elbow like this. We're going to put one leg out in front and the bottom leg straight, and we are lifting that bottom leg up off the floor. So we're working the inside of your thigh here, your adductors, trying to work all the muscles around your hip area. 2 more, 9 and 10. Good, and then we'll switch sides. One, two. If it's fairly uncomfortable, another way you could do this is up here. There's 2 different ways to do this one. So depending on how you're feeling, if it's really uncomfortable, this may be a little bit more comfortable to bring it out in front, or laying on your side like this. Either way will work the same muscles. It's just more about a level of comfort for how you're doing it. If you're having any discomfort, you know, as far as your neck or your top leg is concerned. And 10. Good. All right. Next, we are going to stand back up and do a curtsy squat. So if you are on the floor, take your time standing back up. If you get lightheaded or dizzy or anything when you transition, your blood pressure needs a moment to stabilize as you stand up. So take your time in doing that. Okay, we're going to do a curtsy squat out into a side squat. So what we're going to do is cross over, a little bit of a curtsy, out. And then we're going to cross over the other way and back out. Again, if you want to, you can add a weight here. Another way to do this is to add just a weight, either in both hands like this, holding weights, just giving yourself a little bit of extra added resistance. And make sure I'm staying here. Just cross over, curtsy, and back and forth. Having some puppy issues upstairs. One more on each side. Good. Okay, great. Now for the last one, we're going to grab a band to put around your ankles. And we'll do some side stepping. So we're really getting some good glute work here today. When you do these, think about sitting your hips back just a little so that you're in a good athletic stance. Not a squat. We just did a bunch of squats. Glutes back, your hips back, knees bent, core tight. And we're just going to take baby steps to the side. So you want to maintain that distance between your feet. You're picking them up, you're not sliding them, stepping sideways. Keep breathing. The other key factor in this one is keeping your toes straight forward, not letting this one kind of lead out to the side. Our hips and our hip flexors generally are a little stronger and they want to take over. Going back and forth this way. Keep breathing. You should be feeling it right in here. 9 and 10. All right, good. Okay, so as in all my videos, and I say you can maybe do 5 more minutes of cardio right now, get your heart rate back up, and then go through these a couple times. If one of them is bothering you for some reason, you can skip it. If they feel easy, you can always add weights, decrease, or if you need to, you can decrease your range of motion in a lot of these. Grab a lighter band, things like that. If you don't have a band, you can just do that sidestepping without resistance. It's still good to get that lateral motion as we do so many things in that forward motion. All right, thank you everybody, and we'll see you next time.